So as we sit tall, we tune into this awareness of being here on the mat. All of a sudden, sometimes we're inundated with a lot of thoughts or this immense quiet that almost seems too loud. And so, my friends, no matter what it is that's here in your reality, just settle in. You don't necessarily have to take it in. You don't necessarily have to do anything with it. It's just the idea of being. And so begin to become aware of the breath coming in and out, and notice that inhale. Tune your attention there. The breath coming in and the breath leaving. It's almost like waves in the ocean, right? They come in and they come out. They bring stuff in, they bring stuff back out. And that's the way of the brain too. It brings thoughts in, emotions in, and then they just slide away, they float away. Some things stay, like how shells and things get stuck in the sand. They may stay there for a few moments, a longer period of time, and then they go away. And so, my friends, today, as you settle in here, as you settle into the breath of focusing yourself right here, allow yourself to be here. And let that wave or the wind that brings things to you and takes them away, just let that go, let that happen. Let it flow. And allow yourself to be grounded right here, right now. With this breath that comes and goes, that brings you nourishment and takes that waste away. Allow yourself to find a little bit of grounding in that. A little bit of steadiness amidst the movement. Steadiness amidst the change or uncertainty. Allow yourself to just feel supported here on the mat. So with that attention to the breath, keep it there and just bring the palms of the hands together at your heart center. Take a moment to create an intention for your practice today. It could be a mantra, which is a word or a phrase that is repeated to align your brain and your heart together with what it is you want to do or want to happen. And so feel free to align it according with the theme I have for class, which is to just settle, to let the other stuff come and go, but you're settled in, you're steady. And actually sometimes my mantra is settle or steady. And sometimes I just repeat that until I feel that way. So whatever your intention, my friends, make it positive and place it deep within your heart. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, turn your gaze down towards your hands. Flicker the eyelids open, release the hands, and like the legs come out in front of you, shake them out. Good morning, my friends that just came in. Take your hands to your hip crease, massage them down the thighs, to the knees, to the legs. Press the toes forward and draw them back, forward and back. Circle the feet in one direction, and then the other. Good, come on forward onto your hands and knees. So in this position, in hands and knees, right, you take your hands right underneath the shoulders, lengthen that spine forward and draw the belly button back. Toes are curled under for a little bit of power here if you don't mind, and the knees are just behind those hips. Get heavy through the index finger knuckle. As you inhale, lift the tailbone, let the belly fall and gaze straight ahead. As you exhale, scoop the tail, round the spine and gaze towards your thighs. So inhale, we let the belly fall, we look ahead, and that's cow. As we exhale, we scoop the tail, round the spine and gaze to the thighs, that's cat. And so my friends, if you don't want to be on hands and knees today, you could do this seated, you could do this standing too. You don't ever have to come down to the ground if you don't want to. Nice. Good morning, Carolyn, Jen, Brisa, Carissa. Hey, Suzanne, Megan, Laura W. Nice. Keep it going, my friends. Good. All right, my friends, come on back to center. Lengthen that neck, lift that head, lengthen the tailbone, and draw the belly button back. And then from here, with the toes curled under, lift those knees up off of the mat, just about 4 inches or so. I do this just to wake up that belly. Draw the belly in, let the heart come forward and back. Let the heart come forward, stay in the hands and knees position and back. One more time, forward and back. Hold it right here. Lift the hips, lengthen the legs, and lower the heels in the direction of the mat for downward facing dog. Hips are up and back. Belly is braced. Legs are nice and long. Hands are wider than your shoulders with the index finger straight ahead. My pinky fingers, my last 3 fingers actually are falling off the mat. That's how wide I come in this position. That allows me to move my shoulder blades towards one another and lengthen the crown of my head, the neck and the crown of my head. Now, my friends, if you're not coming down to downward facing dog today, you're welcome to drop the knees down. Take the hips back into child's pose as you untuck the toes. What you can also do if you don't want to come down to the mat at all is come into a half forward fold at the wall. So you would place your hands on the wall and come into this forward folded position. That's another option too. If you never want to come down to the mat, you don't have to. So just remember those options here. Inhale, if you're on the ground, come on up, lift the heels. Exhale, walk your feet forward to Uttanasana. Press those feet down. Inhale, rise to stand. Bring the arms up overhead. Good. Exhale the hands to heart center. We begin the sun salutation. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Press the hands and feet down. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Hands beside your feet. Bend your knees and step your left leg back behind you and drop that knee down. Good. Align your front knee over top of the ankle and send your back knee behind the hip. So you get a stretch through that hip flexor, and that's that place right here. Hands are on either sides of your front foot and the chest is lifted. I like to curl my back toes under because it just gives me a little bit more power, a little bit more muscle engagement, but it's up to you. Just be sure if you untuck those toes, take them straight back behind you. Take a deep breath in, lift that back knee, and step back to plank. Now, my friends, if you're not coming down to the mat today, when we go into a lunge position, you're welcome to keep that back knee lifted. And then when we step back to plank, feel free to step forward into Tadasana or plank at the wall, which looks like this. Okay, so feel free. You never have to come down to the ground if you don't want to. Stay standing and just wait for us. That's fine. If you're in plank, send the heels back. Draw the belly in and lift that chest. Nice. Slide the heart forward. Bend your elbows. If you need, the knees can come down. Chaturanga, that close grip push-up. Untuck your toes. Slide the body forward. Lengthen the heart as you press the tops of the feet down. Belly is braced. If you're not comfortable coming onto the hands, take the forearms down, bend at the elbows, and rise to the chest. If you don't want to come to your belly today at all, bend the knees. Lift the heart and come into a kneeling backward bend right here. You can also stand and do this. So if you were at plank at the wall, you would do your chaturanga and then lift yourself to cobra. And if you're not coming to the wall at all, you could just do an air push-up and lift that heart and be here, your back bend. Okay, so all those options. Curl the toes, press back downward facing dog, child's pose, or half forward folds at the wall. Inhale, lift your hips. Exhale, walk your feet forward to Uttanasana. Press those feet down. Inhale to rise. Bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, the hands to heart center. Good. We go again. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Press the hands and feet down. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. My friends, if you're not reaching to the ground today, it's totally fine. What you can do instead is bring your hands to your thighs or the wall in front of you. So hang out here, pressing down through all 10 toes, all 4 corners of the feet. allowing your muscles of your legs to draw in and up to give that hamstring just a little bit more stretch. And then take the hands beside your feet, bend your knees, and the right foot steps back behind you, and that knee comes down, lift the chest up, draw the belly in. Nice, my friends, we want to be tall and strong here. Good. Remember, if you're not coming down to the ground today, you can keep this back knee lifted and you can stay right here. In this position, you would then step forward into your plank position at the wall. My friends who are on the ground, step back to plank. Send those heels back, draw your belly in, lift the crown of the head, feel the strength in the hands and the toes. Spread those toes and press them down. Steady here, right? Even through the movement, our anchor is the breath. Our anchor is our good thoughts, our good intentions. Let those knees come down if you need, otherwise heart comes forward, bend the elbows, slowly come down to chaturanga. Slide that body forward, pause here, my friends, and as you untuck those toes, notice your shoulders. Typically, they come down in this position. Lift them up in line with your ears. That's really important to make sure that shoulder stays nice and safe. From here, slide the body forward of your hands, press down through those feet, draw the belly in and rise up through that heart, lifting the crown of the head nice and high towards the sky, elbows tucked back behind you, and you breathe here in Cobra. And then curl the toes, lift yourself up, press yourself back, downward facing dog or child's pose or half forward fold at the wall. And breathe here, my friends, nice and steady. Enjoying this feeling of strength and length all in the same pose. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, walk your feet forward to Uttanasana. Press the feet down. Inhale to rise. Bring the arms up overhead. Exhale the hands to heart center. Stand nice and strong on your mat. Bring your arms on up to goalpost arms or scarecrow arms. Nice. Bring your elbows forward of your shoulder just an inch or so you're not quite back here. Now, palms are facing in. Strong legs, hug them in, draw the belly back so you're feeling nice and steady through the entire body and lifted through the spine. Now what I'd like you to do, my friends, is draw the shoulder blades towards one another on your back and lift that heart up just a little bit higher. Keep drawing the muscles through the shoulder blades towards one another. Keep lifting that heart up higher. So we're not really doing much in terms of big movement, but rather it's beginning to engage through the legs, through the back to open that chest. Good. Keep drawing the crown head up, lengthen through the neck, draw that belly in and up. Keep breathing. And now from here, as you lengthen the tailbone down, rise that heart up just a little bit higher into a baby back bend. Elbows don't drop. You keep this energy coursing through you, ebbing and flowing, right? Inhale, come on back to center, just pause here. Get that long length back in the spine. Steady, even breathe through the back of the body a little bit more, open it up back there. And then the arms come down. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. Press the hands and feet down. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Take 2 steps back to downward facing dog, my friends. Steady here. And again, if you're not coming to downward facing dog, half forward fold at the wall is fine. Nice. Looking good, Lauren, Melissa. Yes, Carolyn, Kaylee, good, Jen. Nice, Carissa. Beautiful, my friends. We're looking good. All right, if you choose, right foot rises up towards the sky. Nice 3-legged dog position here. Belly is braced. Now, bend the knee, take the foot inside of your hands. If it doesn't get there the first try, right, if it gets stuck, take the hand to the ankle and move it. Keep the back heel lifted, deeply bend the front knee. We rise on up to crescent lunge. Good. Now in this position, my friends, remember when the hands come up, the shoulders are coming up too. We want to settle them down. Yeah, nice. Beautifully done. Keep the back inner thigh lifting, back heel straight up. Sink into that front knee and breathe here. Align that front knee over top of the ankle. My friends, draw the belly back and lift up through that chest. If you choose, take the heart up and back to a little bit of a baby back bend. Remember, the deeper you want to bend, the stronger the legs need to be, the deeper you need to be in this front knee. Inhale, come back to center, pause. Lengthen the spine, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Nice long spine, keep that front knee bending. And then take the hands down in here. You can jump switch or quietly switch your feet, walk 1 foot forward and 1 foot back. Deeply bend that front knee, draw the belly in. Settle those feet, drag them towards one another and rise. Crescent lunge, left hand side. Now here in this position, right, it's a lot on the quadriceps. So we have a tendency to lift ourselves out of the pose and bring the knee behind the ankle. What I want you to do is settle in here. Settle in through the pelvis. Bend into that front knee. Send the back leg back. This is your power leg, so use it, right? Lift it up. Draw that belly in and rise that heart on up. Arms up overhead if that feels good. And then when you're ready, lift that heart on up. Keep that belly drawing back. Sink into that front knee just a little bit more. Breathe. Check in with your face. Make sure it's not the mean face, right? Good, Cheryl and RJ. Yes, Emily, nice. Brisa, good, Megan. All right, my friends. Come back to center, settle down. Just notice where the tension is and just settle in. Just soften. Lengthen the spine, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Hands come down, step back, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, keep your hips high, belly is braced, walk, step, or jump your feet forward to Uttanasana. Press those feet down, inhale to rise. Bring the arms up overhead, exhale the hands to heart center. Take a moment to just be here, to remind yourself of your intention, of your blessings. Ooh. And then inhale, we reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, we take a seat. We draw the belly in Utkatasana, chair pose. Gaze is forward, shoulder blades are on the back. Soft face, right? Yeah, my friends, we got it. Exhale, fold. From here, press down through your left foot. Bend the hips just a little bit, bend into the knees. And we're gonna rise back up to stand, but standing through the left foot and lifting that right knee up off of the mat. And we reach those arms up overhead. You're welcome to take the hands underneath the thigh here or right around that front knee. So you could be either here or here. That's up to you, okay? See the difference here or here? Yeah, good. Now, if you're getting a nice stretch through that standing hip flexor, stay right there, okay? Really, really great. You feel steady. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, take your right hand down the shin to the ankle. Take that ankle back behind you, knee to the ground, knee towards the ground. So you're in a quad stretch. Left hand is up. Yep. Nice. And so we're holding right here. Something we do, right? Every day probably. Most of you work out every day, every other day. Got this quad stretch, you got it. Now, without touching the ground, release the foot, draw the knee back up. Take a seat. Try not to drop that foot down until you get all the way low. Then we'll do it again on the other side. Press the right foot down. We lift up through the left leg. Hold right here, taking the hands where we like. Nice and strong, because remember here, the key is, my friends, to have a strong standing leg, right? It doesn't make sense to have this knee high or go into anything deeper if this leg is gonna buckle. We need this to be straight and strong. It's gotta be there. So now if you'd like to go on, right, take that hand down the ankle and take those knees side by side. Yeah, keep that balance. Nice. Chest is lifted. Good. Arm can be up. In this position, my friends, your knee is straight down towards the mat so that you can open through the hip flexor and the quadricep. When the knee is pointed forward, we're still tight here, and so we can't lengthen. Yeah, good. Then release that foot, bring the knee back up, and then take that seat, that single leg seat, sit back, sit back, sit back. Foot comes down, exhale, fold. Take 2 steps back, downward facing dog. Right foot rises towards the sky. Bend the knee, step the foot in between your hands. Deeply bend the front knee, spin the back foot down so the toes face the side wall and you rise to warrior 2. Good, chest is lifted, belly is braced, gaze is over top of that front hand. Nice. Good, just breathe here. Aligning that front knee over top of the ankle, keep sending that energy forward, let us settle down into the pelvis. Good, straighten out that leg, find your triangle pose, 2 straight strong legs, take a look, 2 straight strong legs, right arm comes down, left arm is up. If this top hand doesn't feel good, take the hand to the hip, draw the belly in, send the inner thighs back, and lengthen that spine. Looking good, everybody. Remember, if it doesn't feel good to look up to the sky, you can look center or look down. Deeply bend the front knee, rise on up to warrior 2. Good, take the hands down, step back, downward facing dog, child's pose or half forward fold at the wall. If you are standing, step the right foot back. If you're on the ground, downward facing dog, lift the left foot up towards the sky. Take a moment, breathe, breathe, breathe. Then bring the knee in between the hands, step the foot forward, spin right foot down, deeply bend that front knee and rise on up, warrior 2. Yeah, nice. Gaze is over with the top hand. My friends, be careful, the pelvis wants to turn this way. Open it. Good, settle it. Drag those legs to feet towards one another. It powers up the legs, gives that spine a nice lift and draw that belly in and up. Good, 2 more breaths. Warming up these legs, getting them ready for our peak pose here. Lengthen the legs, lengthen the spine, triangle. Good. Shoulders up and back. Belly is braced. We are steady. We're pressing down through the legs. We're drawing them in. We're lifting the quadricep off the knee so we can give length to that hamstring, the back side of the thigh. Nice long spine. Lift the head, my friends. It's in line with the spine. Be sure it's not falling down. Good. Bend into that front knee. Warrior 2. Nice. Chest lifted, spine long. What about the muscles behind the back, right? Squeeze them in. Good. Take the hands down. Step back. Downward facing dog. Rise forward to plank if you choose. Without touching the ground, bend the elbows. Close grip push up and press yourself back up. Do it again. Close grip push up. You can do this at the wall, you can do this in the air, close grip push-up, 1 more time. Press yourself up and back. Hello, sir. Hello again, sir. Guys, I'm teaching. Can you guys leave to say hello and go? All right, bye. Thank you. All right, go, bye. Close the door, please. All right, my friends, bend the knees, take the hips up and back, take a deep breath in, walk, step, or jump your feet forward to Uttanasana. Press the feet down, inhale, rise. Bring the arms up overhead. Exhale the hands to heart center. Beautiful. All right, my friends. What we're going to do now is a back bend that can be done standing or kneeling or seated, to be honest. Camel on the knees is going to be the most intense version of this pose. So if you want to stay standing, you could try it kneeling if you don't like it, come up to stand or go back into a seated position on your glutes, and that's fine too. If you're on a hard surface, because we're going to be kneeling, if you're on a hard surface, what I encourage you to do if you have sensitive knees is to take your mat and fold it up like that. So again, if you missed it, take the mat and do this. Place your knees here if you're on hardwood, because if your knees are sensitive, it may not feel good to kneel directly onto the mat that's on that hardwood. Okay, so feel free to go ahead and kneel here. Now, if you don't like this at all, you don't want to go into a standing back bend, feel free to go back to that quadricep stretch, because that's going to stretch out the front of the body the same way a back bend would do. Just doesn't get as much in the chest, but you could take a little back bend in that pose too. Now curl the toes under for me and take those heels straight up in this position. If you're standing, just press the feet straight down, just like we did in our standing back bend. So that's why this class builds, right? And so if ever we get to a pose that you don't like, you just feel free to go back to the one before that you felt comfortable in. So from here, my friends, take your hands in front of your pelvis like this. See how the shoulders come forward, lift them up and back. Now take these hands so the thumb comes right behind you, right on top of the glutes, and the fingertips are towards the sides of the body. Okay, still keep those shoulders up and back. Now, this is a great place to start. Knees down, tailbone down, draw the belly and heart lifted. No back bend yet. What you can also do is come to the scarecrow arms right here, or lengthen the arms up.
Another option some people like is to take the palm of their hand right behind them onto their glutes. But again, if you come to that place, you don't want to be rounded the shoulder. Shoulders up and back. We want to open and broaden. Okay, so you get to choose, and you can play whatever hand placement you choose. Doesn't have to be the place you stay. And the reason I go through all this is because this is a very technical pose, and you hurt yourself pretty easily if you don't pay attention to the detail, and I don't want that. So press your feet down, keep your thighs, your quadriceps pressing forward, but your inner thighs pressing back. Squeeze the glutes, draw the belly in. You choose your hand placement. Shoulders up and back, heart lifted, and we lift the heart up towards the sky. Notice I didn't say come back yet. I said lift the heart up towards the sky, and that's how we take our back bend. It's the action of lifting the heart up and making an arc with it. The tailbone is down, this lower back is long, and you're opening here, continuing to reach the crown of the head to the wall behind you. Careful, my friends, that you're not dropping backward, taking the back of your body towards your heels. That's where we start to press into the lower back, and that's actually taking away from the goodness that we're wanting to achieve here. So it's a lift up towards the sky. And then to come back out of this, slowly bring your head, lead with your head and your eyes. Then the heart comes forward, stay right here, nice and long. And breathe. So we come back to a neutral spine. We just went into an extreme place in a backward bend. And then you can release, right? And so just be careful, take a look here. The position you're going for is this opening, this broadening. What you want to be sure you don't do is this. You see the difference? How I'm dropping backward? What that's doing is crunching into the lower back. You actually want the back of the body to be long as it arcs versus dumping into the lower back. So that lift up is what's most important. So try it again. Feel free to alter, make it more difficult or make it easier on the hand placement. That's up to you. Okay, and from here, we lengthen the tailbone, we squeeze those glutes, we lift the heart on up, shoulders up and back. We lift that up towards the sky, and from there, we shine that heart up and back. Squeeze in the glutes, squeezing those hamstrings. You can untuck your toes if you want. You could reach towards the heels or keep those heels lifted and keep on reaching towards those heels. You don't have to touch them. I know a lot of people really try to, but you don't have to. Squeeze those glutes, keep sending the front of the thighs forward and breathe here. That's another big thing is breathe, 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 breathe. Good. Remember, there's a space between the chin and the chest and the back of the neck as well. Good, my friends, very slowly squeeze them through the legs. Lift that heart on up. Come on back to a neutral spine. Breathe. Good, and then come on down. Let the legs come out in front of you. Nicely done. From here, take the soles of the feet together and just breathe. Allow that release into the pelvis. Beautifully done, everybody. Those backward bends are really intense. Good. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, release the legs. Let yourself come on down, bend the knees, and just let those knees windshield wiper from side to side. Side to side, arms can be out. Just windshield wiper, windshield wiper. And then when you're ready, my friends, let the feet come back to center. Let them find their corners of the mat, arms by your sides, palms facing upward. Lengthen the tailbone forward, lengthen the crown of the head back. And breathe here, allowing yourself to just melt down into the mat. Remember, my friends, we settle. We let all the stuff come and go. We keep what we need. We let the rest get taken away. And when challenges come, we just settle right in. We know we can do it. So my friends, I encourage you to just let yourself stay right here in Shavasana as long as you can, allowing yourself to relax from toes to head. Not doing anything else but just being right here.
I thank you for coming to practice today, for having some fun on the mat. Namaste. Happy Saturday. I'm going to go ahead and end the meeting. You stay right where you are.